What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this week's third exclusive segment from the greatest podcast on turf. I'm Ryan.
I'm Anthony.
And as you guys can see, we are joined by a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, guys? I'm Shawn. Glad to be here.
So for this episode, we are going to be doing our weekly best bets episode. For our record, we are, 12-8?
12-8 now.
12-8. It's not the greatest, but you're still in the green. So I'm going to bring you guys some more locks. We got 3 of us here, going to bring about 9 bets. So be sure to tune in. Be sure to check out our other exclusive segments this week. We had our Waiver Wire Pickups. You can see if any of those guys are still available. Start 'em, sit 'em video. And then be sure to check out our podcast on Tuesday about what happened last week, and the podcast coming out today about our picks. Competitive. We're going to see who can do the best.
Yeah, like Ryan said, be sure to check out all of our other content. We are the best content around. They call us the greatest podcast on turf for a reason, because we're the greatest. Best fantasy advice, best bets advice. I'm up a lot of money in my bets because we're good. But yeah, with that being said, real quick, as you guys remember, we did a jersey giveaway a while back. Shawn was one of the lucky winners, won the Eagles Devontae Smith jersey. So he came and picked his jersey up, and we said, hey, F it, we ball, come on the podcast.
As well.
So we got Shawn with us today as well. Good friend of mine, went to high school together. And with that being said, word from our sponsor.
Be sure to check out our sponsor, Little Italy Pizzeria. They got the best cheesesteaks, the best pizza in all of Delaware. As you guys can see behind us, we got the bar, TV there, TV over there, TV right there, TV over there. Come in on Sunday, check it out, watch some football games, bring the family, have some lunch, have some dinner, have a drink. If you're of age, come check it out. Like I said, best cheesesteaks, best pizza by that man right there.
Like I always say, 2 locations, website, Facebook page, link below. Go in, tell them that the greatest podcast on turf sent you, and we will hook you up, I promise. And now with that being said, shall we get into our best bets?
Who's starting?
Shawn will start. Let's let Shawn start it up.
All right. So with my first bet, I'm going to take Baltimore -1 in Denver. So I know it was a little bit of a rough game against Detroit, but
Yeah.
I think a 66-yard field goal gives you momentum regardless of how the game went, and I feel like they're going to be feeling good in the Mile High City, and I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, no, I like that one. Kept it short and sweet on that one. I personally feel different on that one. If you want my full thoughts and all of our full thoughts and in-depth predictions on each of these games, link below to
like
the
Skippy,
podcast
baby.
episode. Ryan and I, one-on-one wager series. Ryan's ahead 2 games. I'm behind 2. Shawn joined us, gave us some other input, brought up some different things, gave us another perspective to look at it, I guess, as you can tell by that last statement I made. But yeah, I like what you said about the momentum, though. That's definitely an interesting way to look at it. A 66-yard field goal. I saw they already have his Justin Tucker's uniform in the Hall of Fame, all set up and stuff. So that definitely has to bring some momentum. It still was a close game to the Detroit Lions, though.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to let that one go. I'm sorry. Like I said, full thoughts on the podcast.
The Lions have been playing close, though, with everyone.
They're a tough
so
team.
far.
Yeah, they're one of those tough teams. So, my first bet of the week, I'll start off with the pretty boring, basic one. So for my over-under bet of the week, I got the Raiders and Chargers going over 52.5 points. I know, look, Chargers are coming off a big win against Kansas City. Raiders are playing out of their minds as well. It's a division matchup in LA, Monday night primetime football. They always play each other good. You go back to last year, I think it was a Monday night, they played each other good as well. I'm pretty sure they hit the over on that as well. And it was Marcus Mariota at quarterback and not Derek Carr. So, 52.5, that may seem like a lot, but for 2 division rivals going at it, whose offenses have both been playing out of their minds, when they don't have top, amazing, lock, no-fly zone defenses on a primetime game, I'm taking the over. A wise man once told me, if there's ever a special occasion, stipulation, division rivalry, holiday game, always take the over, and it's always worked for me, so I'm taking the over.
Yeah, I could see that. The Chargers are on fire. So are the Raiders. They're both throwing the ball all around the yard. Derek Carr, I believe, is first in passing yards, if not top 5
Somehow.
for sure. I don't see it. I don't see how the Raiders are good, but, right until the wheels fall off. So I'll go ahead and jump to my first best bet, and I don't think that man over there is going to like it. It is the Buccaneers -6.5 traveling to New England. I personally think this is going to be a very, very bad Sunday. For the New England Patriots, you got Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, revenge tour going to New England, and they're going to do what they do best. Go ahead and whoop up on the Patriots in New England. They're back home. This game ain't going to be close. They're going to run this. They're going to just Anyway, I feel bad. I don't even want to talk about it. It's going to be bad.
Listen, as you guys can see, I'm rocking a Patriots jersey, but I'm rocking the Tom Brady. My favorite team, my favorite player of all time going at it. Another one of these little smooth like Skippy moments. If you want my full in-depth emotional response on this, shed some tears, I cried. Link below the podcast. I didn't really cry, but maybe I did. We're not going to talk about it. Link below in the podcast. I don't know how to feel. This is definitely going to be an emotional day. Something about Mac Jones just came up. I don't know how to feel about him yet. But yeah, it's going to be an emotional day Sunday night.
My man Brady has something to prove that it was him all along and it wasn't Bill.
It was them both, but that's a conversation for a different day. Shawn, how do you feel about this game Monday night?
Well,
or
I
Sunday
feel like
night?
it's definitely going to be a historic game because Brady just needs, 60 and some change to
68,
become the all-time leading
yeah.
passer. So I think that'll carry some momentum. I don't see them having a bad day when that's all on the line. So I could agree with that bet.
Poetic justice. So we'll call it.
Yeah.
And then,
Jump to
all
the
right,
next
yeah,
one.
Shawn's guy, what's your next best bet?
All right, so my next best bet is Pittsburgh at Green Bay. I'm taking the over with 45.5. So I know the Pittsburgh offense has been struggling, but I feel like they just have the talent to piece it together. And we've seen the Green Bay defense be a bit choppy at times. Like the first half against the Lions were doing whatever they wanted. So I could see Pittsburgh getting into a groove. Green Bay, of course, we know they can score. Very Devontae Adams reliant, but he's a monster. So I think they'll definitely hit the over on that one.
You got anything to say about this one? Because that kind of segues me into my next one, if you don't.
Not really. Two pretty good offenses. Pittsburgh, I know that they've been struggling, but last week they battled injuries with Juju and Deontay Johnson. I believe, is one of them coming back yet?
Deontay practiced today, but he was very limited, and I haven't heard about Juju.
Hopefully one of those guys come back. I could see the Packers honestly hanging up 45 on their own. So the Steelers just, combining with that, I could see it definitely going over.
It's funny you say that because I swear to God I was going to say I think Green Bay could hit the over by themselves on this one.
I
Going
mean, it's not
against the
likely, but
Steelers.
they'll probably get pretty close. So.
But no, I mean, I'm glad you brought that game up because that segues me into my best bet. I took the Green Bay Packers -6.5 versus the Steelers. They pretty much said the reasons why. I wasn't too high on the Steelers coming into the season. They went against all odds, against everyone, and upset Buffalo week 1, but then they've slowly kind of fallen off. The offensive line concerns have started to rise more. The injuries are also playing a big factor. So, I mean, I think this is my lock of the week, 100%. Packers -6.5 versus the Steelers. I'm going to continue to discredit the Steelers like I did in the offseason until they can prove to me that they're a good football team again. Yeah, lock of the week. Lock it up. Packers -6.5 versus the Steelers.
That's fair. I don't have much to say about it. Packers they picked it up after that week 1 very, very bad performance, and the Steelers, they fell off after week 1. So as these two teams are trending, I could see the Packers rolling. With that being said, I'll go ahead and jump into my next best bet, and that is Washington -1.5 in Atlanta. That's basically just saying that Washington's going to win the game. I know that Washington hasn't been doing good, but I also believe that Atlanta sucks. Washington still is a pretty good defense. They still have Antonio Gibson. They still have Terry McLaurin, who can make plays on offense. The defense I'm not very worried about. The only thing to really worry about in Atlanta is Calvin Ridley, and that's about it. Kyle Pitts has been a bust. The defense ain't there. I see Washington winning by more than 1.5 pretty easily.
And is that your lock of the week?
No, my lock of the week, I forgot to say it. My lock of the week is Buccaneers -6.5 because the boys are going to win by 30.
Nice.
Sorry.
Have you said your lock of the week yet?
I have not, but I'm going to go, you know what, just because I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens, basically a pick 'em in Denver.
Nice.
I got them winning.
I agree with that one.
All right. So with that being said, so far my lock of the week: Packers -6.5 versus Steelers. Shawn's lock of the week: Baltimore, pretty much in a pick'em versus the Broncos. Touch on that more in the podcast. Link in the description. Check out that and all of our other content. And his lock of the week was my Patriots getting torched by my Buccaneers.
Yes.
And Shawn, back on the
Last
clock.
bet.
Final best bet of the week.
Final best bet, I'm going to go with the Titans in New York, -7, just a touchdown. I think this team, I know they have their defensive struggles, and I know A.J. Brown's status is iffy. I'm not sure what the latest is on that.
Julio is also iffy.
Yeah, Julio's got a bad hamstring.
But the
now,
Jets
too.
suck.
But yeah, that's my point. The Jets, I don't see them doing too much. Haven't really hung around in any games. I guess the Panthers in week 1, but I was feeling it out. Michael Carter might have a decent game, but I just think the Titans are going to roll through.
Zach Wilson has not looked good at all. He threw, 4 picks the other week?
Yeah.
You've seen ghosts.
Yeah, something about the Jets where you see ghosts. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with him 100%.
Now, I want to point this out real quick. I remember this from earlier. The Jets are only 7-point underdogs compared to the Houston Texans, who are 16-point underdogs to the Buffalo Bills. I'm not taking the Bills. I'm just saying 2 high-power offenses going against 2 bad teams. It's a big difference. Just throwing it out there. And then for my final bet of the week, me and you have gone against each other's teams this week. And I don't know if you're going to like this one. I got the Panthers plus 4.5 at the Dallas Cowboys. Feels though there could be an upset brewing in Dallas this week. Dallas is riding their high horse right now after absolutely demolishing, absolutely embarrassing, absolutely murdering the Philadelphia Eagles on primetime Monday Night Football with a final score of, what was the final? Just to remind them one more time.
I don't know. We won by
Got
like
out of
30.
hand.
41-21.
Dallas covered the over by themselves. The Panthers have also looked good as well. I know Christian McCaffrey's out, but something tells me I have a gut feeling this is my bold take of the week. Carolina could upset Dallas, and even if they don't, I feel as though they will be able to hang in there because how good their offenses looked. I know they just traded for C.J. Henderson. J.C. Horn's out, so it's probably could be turned into a mini shootout. So, I mean, even if the Panthers don't win, I could still see them keeping it close, maybe probably within a possible Greg Zuerlein game-winning field goal. But, yeah, it's my bold take of the week. But, yeah, give me the Panthers plus 4.5.
I personally don't believe in the Panthers yet. They haven't done enough to prove to me. They beat the Saints with no coaches, and the other 2 teams they beat suck. So they almost let the Jets hang around in there. So I don't believe in the Panthers. I think Dallas rolls, and that's not even me just being a biased Cowboys fan. That's just me being Sam Darnold. I don't know how I feel about him. I don't know. We're gonna beat them. Anyways, with that being said, I'll jump to my last best bet, and that is Seattle plus 2.5 against the 49ers. This one kind of bit me last week when I took Seattle. I'm doing it again. Forgiving, I guess you could say. The 49ers corners, I don't think are there. And when you got DK Metcalf and Tyler stop dropping and lock it rolling into town, I don't see how the 49ers can stop them. I see this being a pretty high-scoring game. And I also think that Russell Wilson can outdo Jimmy G any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So give me the Seahawks plus 2.5.
Yeah, I like that one. That was one of mine as well we talked about before. And, yeah, I think that wraps this one up, though.
Be sure to check out our podcast of our picks this coming week.
Absolutely. Check out all of our other content as well. Shawn, bro, thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Thanks
you for
for having
always
me.
showing us love. We appreciate it. Many more giveaways coming soon, I promise. We were just discussing some. We're talking with our sponsor, Little Italy, now talking with a couple other people, trying to get some merch done as well. It's a long process, believe it or not. It's a long process to get merch made. But yeah, like, subscribe, keep showing us love. If you guys want to come on the podcast, hit us up. I'm sure we'll be able to make something work. And place your bets, make some money, guaranteed to win money. We're the best around. But then again, we are not financial advisors. We are not telling you how to spend your money. We're just telling you
What we would do.
And what we are going to do Sunday morning with our parlay cards. See you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.